Be careful with these garlic bulbs. If stored incorrectly, garlic will not only spoil quickly but can also lose its fragrance, sprout, become moldy, and reduce the quality of your dishes. Hello everyone, I'm Mary. Garlic is a very familiar ingredient in every family kitchen. Almost every day we use garlic to stir-fry vegetables, marinate meat, cook soup, or make dipping sauces. But there is one thing that not everyone pays attention to, and that is if garlic is not stored properly, it can quickly become soft, spoil easily, lose its characteristic aroma, even sprout or become moldy after only a short time. In today's video, I will share with you 5 simple garlic storage methods that are easy to apply at home. If you also want to keep your garlic dry, fragrant for a long time, and not spoil too quickly, then let's get started right away. Method 1. First, I will begin with the simplest method. To make this method effective, the very first thing you need to pay attention to is choosing the garlic from the start. You should select dry bulbs that feel firm in your hand, with outer skins that are still tightly wrapped around the bulb, looking clean and intact. When you hold it, the garlic bulb should feel firm and dry, not soft, not bruised, and with no signs of moisture or mold. If from the beginning you choose bulbs that are already weak, soft, or damaged, then no matter how carefully you store them, the garlic will be difficult to keep for long. When you bring the garlic home, remember not to wash it with water. This is very important. Many people have the habit of washing food as soon as they bring it home before storing it, but with garlic, doing so will cause it to absorb moisture more easily. Once the outer skin becomes wet or has moisture clinging to it, the garlic will quickly deteriorate in quality, become soft, and spoil much faster. If there is only a little dust on the surface, you just need to gently wipe it with a dry cloth. When placing garlic into storage, you can keep it in a basket, colander, mesh bag, or paper bag. Containers like these allow the garlic to have a certain level of ventilation, preventing it from becoming stuffy. You should not put garlic into a tightly sealed plastic bag or a container that is too airtight, because when air cannot circulate, moisture is easily trapped inside, and that is exactly what makes garlic spoil faster. The most ideal place to store garlic is a dry, well-ventilated area, away from direct sunlight and not too hot. For example, a cool corner of the kitchen, a clean shelf, or a dry cabinet compartment. The important thing here is that the surrounding air can circulate relatively easily, so the garlic remains naturally dry. In addition, there is one more thing you should pay attention to, and that is not placing garlic near the stove, near the sink, or in areas that frequently have steam. Because the stove area is often hot, and the washing area is often humid. Both of these factors are not good for storing garlic. Garlic kept near heat sources for a long time can easily shrivel or lose its aroma quickly, while if kept near humid areas, it can become soft, sprout, or spoil more quickly. If stored properly in this way, garlic will retain its dryness, natural fragrance, and be very convenient to use. Method 2. If your home has slightly high humidity, or the storage area in your kitchen is not truly well ventilated, then let's try this method together. First, prepare a few pieces of dry, clean charcoal. The charcoal used here must be completely dry, not damp, not wet, and not covered with too much dust. If the charcoal pieces are too large, you can break them into smaller chunks so they are easier to wrap and easier to place beside the garlic. Next, prepare a covering layer for the charcoal. You can use a thin piece of cloth, a sheet of dry paper, or a clean face mask. The purpose of this step is to prevent charcoal dust from falling directly onto the garlic, while still allowing air to pass through, so the charcoal can help absorb excess moisture from the surrounding environment. After placing the charcoal inside, tie it neatly into a small pouch. It does not need to be too large, just moderate in size, secure, and not coming loose. Next, put the garlic into a paper bag, mesh bag, or a container with ventilation, then place this charcoal pouch beside it. I would like to note that the charcoal should only be placed nearby, not pressed tightly against or in too much direct contact with the garlic. Its role is to help keep the surrounding space drier, not to mix directly with the garlic. After everything is prepared, you still place the garlic bag or container in a dry, well-ventilated place away from direct sunlight, just like in the first method. In this way, we are combining two factors at the same time: a suitable storage environment on one side, and on the other side a small charcoal pouch to help absorb moisture. This method is especially suitable for families living in humid areas, or during humid weather when kitchen items easily become damp. When using this method, you should occasionally check the charcoal pouch and the garlic bulbs. If you notice that the charcoal pouch is too old, too dirty, or shows signs of dampness, simply replace it with a new one. At the same time, you should also take a quick look at the garlic. If any bulb starts to soften or show signs of deterioration, take it out and use it first. Doing this will help the remaining bulbs stay in better condition. Method 3. If you prefer a storage method that looks neater, cleaner, and is easy to arrange in a kitchen corner or in a dry cabinet, then this method is excellent. First, prepare a clean and dry cardboard box. Next, arrange the garlic inside the box. When placing them, you should let the bulbs sit relatively comfortably, not packed too tightly together. Each bulb should have a small amount of space around it. This may sound simple, but it is very important, because when garlic is packed too tightly, air cannot circulate well, the inside becomes stuffy, and over time moisture can easily develop. After arranging the garlic, prepare a small packet of baking soda. Take a moderate amount of baking soda, place it into a piece of dry paper or a clean paper towel, then wrap it neatly into a small pouch. Wrap it securely so the powder does not spill out. The packet does not need to be too large, just enough to place in one corner of the box. Then place this baking soda packet inside the box, beside the garlic. The purpose of the baking soda packet is to help absorb excess moisture in the moderately enclosed space of the cardboard box. Thanks to this, the inside of the box will feel drier, helping the garlic remain more stable during storage. Once everything is arranged, close the lid of the box moderately. There is no need to press it tightly or seal it like refrigerated food. A cardboard box already has a certain level of natural ventilation, so simply closing it neatly is enough. After that, place the box in a cool, dry place, away from direct sunlight and away from areas that are frequently hot and humid. However, please also remember one thing: the baking soda here is only an additional support. The most important factors are still that the box must be dry, the garlic must be dry, and the place where the box is stored must be dry and well ventilated. If you ignore those conditions and only rely on the baking soda packet, the effectiveness will not be as expected. During storage, from time to time you should open the box for a quick check. If you see that the baking soda packet has become damp or that any garlic bulb is starting to soften, handle it immediately. Just paying a little attention like this will keep your garlic box much neater and much more convenient to use. Method 4. Next is a very convenient method for those who cook almost every day and want to open the refrigerator and immediately have garlic that is clean, neatly arranged, and ready to use. With this method, first you still choose garlic bulbs that are intact, dry, and have their outer skins fully preserved. Then, use dry paper or a clean paper towel to wrap each bulb individually. You only need to wrap them lightly, just enough for the paper to gently cover the garlic bulb. There is no need to wrap too tightly. This layer of paper will help absorb excess moisture around the surface of the garlic, while also preventing the bulbs from rubbing directly against each other too much when placed together in a bag. After wrapping each bulb, put them all into a clean bag. You can use a zip bag or a food storage bag, but do not compress them too tightly. The bag should have a comfortable amount of space so the garlic bulbs sit neatly without being tightly pressed. Then place the bag in the refrigerator compartment so you can use them gradually. This method is suitable for people who like things neat and want garlic to always be in a fixed position, so when opening the refrigerator, they can see it immediately without having to search in a kitchen corner or in a dry storage basket. Especially for those who frequently cook stir-fries, braised dishes, or marinate meat, having garlic wrapped neatly like this creates a very clean and convenient feeling. However, with this method, there is also one more thing to pay attention to: the wrapping paper should be replaced if it becomes damp. If during storage the paper begins to feel slightly wet or soft due to the cold air and moisture in the refrigerator, you should replace it with new paper so the garlic can continue to stay dry. Just this small action will help the garlic remain in better condition. Method 5. If you are busy, cook quickly, or simply enjoy the feeling of taking garlic out and using it immediately without having to peel or chop it again, then this method is extremely convenient. First, peel the garlic. At this step, you should choose cloves that are firm, dry, and fragrant. Then mince them with a knife or use a food processor, depending on your preference. If you like the garlic to have a moderate texture so that you can still see small pieces when sautéing, you can chop it by hand. If you prefer it to be very quick and evenly minced, using a processor is also very convenient. After the garlic has been minced, divide it into small portions just enough for one cooking time, or spread it thinly in a zip bag for easier use. Next, place everything into the freezer compartment. When stored this way, the garlic is always ready to use immediately. Each time you cook, you just need to take out a small portion and put it directly into the pan, the pot, or into the ingredients you are preparing. There is no need to thaw it for too long, because the small amount of garlic will melt very quickly when exposed to heat. What I like most about this method is that it saves a lot of time. On busy days, you just open the freezer, take out a piece of pre-minced garlic, and you can almost start cooking right away. For those who frequently cook for their family, this method truly makes things much easier. That is the end of my video. If you find it helpful, please press like and subscribe to Merry Home so you do not miss the upcoming videos. Goodbye and see you again.